An insider has revealed the Jets' top quarterback target in free agency. A different insider revealed what that contract could look like. Boy Green Daily starts right now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green fucking Daily, fucking Daily, fucking Daily. Let's go!
Dewey Mama.
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
Seatbelts are buckled, Aaron Glenn. Hey, everybody, I'm Paul Lesnar Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show. Also available wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe, because as soon as we get to 7,500 subscribers, we're about 20 people away. Once we reach that point, we're giving away a free piece of autographed New York Jets memorabilia, and it's free to subscribe to the channel. So make sure you enter your name for that random giveaway, and I'll be randomly picking a subscriber once we reach that point. So make sure you guys jump on that train. Appreciate you. Well, let's get right into it. On the Flight Plan podcast, Zach Rosenblatt, Tim McMaster, part of the Badlands feed. Zach Rosenblatt revealed that Justin Fields, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, is the number one quarterback target for the New York Jets in free agency. Let's roll the footage.
Number one quarterback, got to start there, much to Aaron Glenn's chagrin.
Yeah. I won't. I mean, we've delved into this, and I don't really have a lot new to say. A quarterback. The three names are all ones that have been put out there by either me or Connor Hughes or whatever. But I wrote down Justin Fields, Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota. I think Fields is number one target. I'm not the only one that said that. A lot of reporters, national and local, have said it's probably the Jets or the Steelers. I don't think they're the only ones that are interested, but I think it's going to come down to whether Fields wants to re-up with the Steelers, because it sounds like they prefer him over Russell Wilson, or if he wants to take whatever money the Jets offer him and go join up with Garrett Wilson and all that stuff. I do think they have a real shot. I still am predicting it as of now, not with a lot of confidence, but I am predicting it. If not him, it's going to be a little underwhelming unless there's somebody surprising out there, or if they want to wait for Kirk Cousins or something like that. But Carson Wentz and Mariota are the names that Connor was the first one to report. I heard Wentz is a possibility too. He's like a buy low guy who has shown some skills in the past, but he's pretty erratic, and it wouldn't be the most fun, but him and Tyrod would be an interesting competition in camp, I guess, at least. So that's kind of like this is not an exciting offseason to need a quarterback. Yeah. Unless they're trading up for like Cam Ward, but
Fields is kind of exciting just because of the way he plays. But
yeah.
You think Garrett actively recruiting Justin Fields?
I haven't heard that specifically. I think the assumption is that they are cool because they went to Ohio State together. Who knows if that doesn't always
maybe they hate each other.
Case, but yeah, you never know. But I would think Garrett would not be unhappy if somebody he's familiar with became the quarterback, considering all the unfamiliarity he's had to deal with over the last 3 years.
There you go. Number one quarterback target, Justin Fields, Pittsburgh Steelers QB. And I just listened this morning to the Flight Deck podcast that is hosted by ESPN's Rich Cimini. He said, don't be surprised if the New York Jets sign Justin Fields to a 2-year deal for $20 million. So it looks like Justin Fields is their top quarterback target. Put that in a bucket. And then what could he possibly sign for? There's been some projections from PFF and people of that nature that said a 1-year deal for $11 million. Rich Cimini just said on his podcast, 2-year deal for $20 million. I will say this, and we have to all say this together. The quarterback market sucks, people. It sucks. It's not ideal. But I'll tell you this. If you're looking at the pool, some of the pool the Jets apparently are thinking about swimming in of Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota, and people of that nature. Who? Jesus. Good Lord. Carson Wentz and Marcus Mariota have both been basically backup quarterbacks for the last 5-6 years. So that's not really titillating in any way. But here's the thing on Fields. Well, there's been a lot of bad with Fields. Sometimes it appears he can't hit the broadside of a barn. His passing seems incredibly questionable, which the last time I checked, that's a prerequisite to play the quarterback position. The thing is, you can't sell me, like Marcus Mariota, right? He's like 30, 31, 32, whatever. Like, you can't tell me, like Boy Green, you bring me in a room this offseason and say, hey, Paul, Marcus Mariota's your guy. I'm like, okay. And then they're like, hey, there's a chance he's your franchise quarterback. That's impossible to tell me. I will not buy that. Carson Wentz. Oh, Paul, he could be your franchise quarterback. No, he can't be. No. Justin Fields? Well, he's 25. He's young. Maybe. There's a little bit of upside there. There's a possibility. You could sell me on Justin Fields. Because there's a chance that Justin Fields was in Chicago, showed that dynamic, elite running ability, but not quite the passing, goes over to Pittsburgh. They refine him in a lot of ways, ends up being a winning quarterback, 4-2 in his 6 weeks. The running was somewhat subdued, not in the same way that it was used in Chicago, but he had one interception, to 5 touchdown passes, had another 5 rushing touchdowns. There's some excitement there. Okay, you bring him in, and all of a sudden, okay, I could sort of see it. There's some excitement. There's a maybe. I don't know if the chances are high, but maybe throw him with Garrett Wilson, his old Ohio State buddy, Detroit Lions offensive guy coming in here. Maybe something clicks. So you can sort of get me excited for Justin Fields. I don't know if it's going to be a success. I guess none of us do. There's a lot of Justin Fields I've seen throughout his career. I'm like, oh boy. What in God's green earth? But that's better than Carson Wentz and Marcus Mariota. So he seems to be, again, I want Sam Darnold. I want Sammy back. And I've said that a lot, and people have made fun of me. And he didn't get franchise tag, so maybe he hits the open market. We'll see. Hopefully he's there on the legal tampering period on Monday at noon. I'd love to bring him back. But if that's not possible, the next best option is Justin Fields. And I'm not saying it's a great option, but it's an option. And he's a younger guy. You could sell me on it. There's a little bit of excitement there. There are a lot of Jet fans that wanted Justin Fields, not Zach Wilson in that draft. Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields, former Ohio State teammates. Could make sense. I'm just saying. So now he's the number 1 target coming out of Pittsburgh. And by the way, let's evaluate the two sitches. Okay? Let's put Jets in Pittsburgh here. Right, as Justin Fields is trying to decide. So you're going over door number 1, right? Pittsburgh, re-upping with Pittsburgh. Justin, they benched you after week 6. They benched you for the Jets game. They didn't even let you play against the Jets. Okay, you were 4-2 as a starter. Russell Wilson got hurt. They relied on you, Justin Fields, and you won on 4 games in the first 6 weeks of the season. Then they benched your ass and left you on the bench all year. Now they're going to come around, crawl back, and beg you to be the guy? Huh? What? I would tell, if I'm Justin Fields, I'd tell Pittsburgh to blow me. There's no friggin' way that I'm just going to go back to Pittsburgh going, I'm getting a fresh start, baby, where I get an opportunity to be the starter, and boy, would he in Jets land. And think about what the Jets have. 4 of their 5 offensive line starters are under contract. You got Garrett Wilson, way better than George Pickens. They don't even have their running backs are not under contract at Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, a free agent. You got the other guy is a free agent too. His name escapes me. But you look at the over there in Pittsburgh, they effed you and benched you. And then you look at the rest of the team, I'm like, now they're a more stable franchise long-term. I can't question that portion of the exam. But are you really going to crawl back to Pittsburgh and come to the Jets, something fresh, something new? You get I would say a 1-year deal, but if you want a 2-year deal, fine. Okay, that works for me, I guess. You get a 2-year deal. You get to prove yourself with the Jets. And 2-year deal actually works out better because if he looks great this year, we still have him under contract for another year. So, nice. But he has a chance to reestablish his value with the NYJ, baby. In a 2025 year where we're like, hey, man, we just need somebody, and he could be the somebody. So, Justin Fields time, baby. Toot. Damian King on our Facebook page says, Justin Fields reunited with Wilson. Reunited, and it feels so good. Well, Damian says feels great. Okay, that works for me. Let's edit the song, baby. Okay, Justin Fields. All right. Yer says if we get Fields, I hope he learns how to read a defense. Charles London got some work to do. There's no question. I think the thing that you have to balance here, and it's a tough balance, is you have to maximize the running ability of Justin Fields. He's a young guy. He's got plenty of tread on the tires. He's 25 years of age. You need to maximize the running, whether it's QB design runs or the natural scramble ability that Fields brings to the table. Yeah, I want to exercise those Chicago Bears demons where he was running all over the barnyard. I'd love to bring that back in. And reading the defense, hopefully your offense coordinator is doing a really good job of getting people open. And then He shouldn't have to go deeper down the progression unless things should be created open for him, which is something Kyle Shanahan does very well in San Francisco. Can we get that going in Detroit by virtue of the Jets? So, yeah, man. That's what I'd like to see. Yo Holmes says, I highly doubt Mooch is going to overpay and over tenure Fields. Never thought he was coming here. Well, I don't know about. I don't think 2 years, $20 million is an overpay. $10 million per. That's totally fine. That's what Sam Darnold got last year. So I have no problem with that. Austrian says Murray over Fields. I just don't buy the Kyler Murray rumors in Arizona. I'm sorry. I do not. Everyone that has to be looking for a quarterback this offseason wish they weren't. That's how bad the quarterbacks are. The Cardinals would voluntarily enter into the quarterback needy waters by getting rid of Kyler Murray. It just doesn't make any sense. They have the 16th overall pick, so they have no path to the draft. There's no one in free agency. What's the answer there? I just don't buy that. I do not. Philly Noodles, there you go. Mario's like 34. Yeah, he was the second overall pick in 2015, so he's got to be old as hell. But that's what I mean. He's old. Like, you can't sell me that or Marcus Mariota, rather, has a chance to be a franchise quarterback. He's old. He's fine. He's a fine guy if you need a backup, but we got Tyrod Taylor. They're basically the same guy, Phil says Justin Fields passed. He couldn't beat out Russell Wilson. Justin Fields was the week 1 starting quarterback. What are you talking about, Phil? He's the week 1 starting quarterback and started the first 6 weeks of the season, so. Now, he randomly got passed over for Russell Wilson, but Russell Wilson looked pretty damn crappy at the end of the season. He had a nice little spark in the middle of the year, but looked pretty crappy there at the end. Tony, the GM, Fields a waste of time and money. Limited quarterback who can't process. Best case scenario is he improves and leaves as a free agent. So, okay, Justin Fields, Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota. Who are we signing? I'll take Fields out of that group. Thank you very much. I'm not saying he's perfect. Not saying he's perfect at all. But he's younger. He has an elite running ability. Who else has an elite ability that's available in free agency of the quarterbacks? An elite ability with anything that they do. Justin Fields has an elite rushing ability. That, to me, is intriguing enough. Especially in a year where options suck. Juju Caesar says, I'd rather take a shot with Shuck. Well, maybe you could do both. Well, just because you sign a free agent does not mean you can't get the draft route. I'd personally tackle both. I'd take a Fields, and then I have him with Tyrod, and then I'd take a random guy if you can't trade up to number 1, which has been some conversation. Then I'm taking a guy on day 2, 42 or 92, taking a quarterback. So. Fior YT says, we got rid of Rodgers to complain about buddy ball with Adams to now want Fields, a bad quarterback, to come here and play buddy ball with Garrett Wilson. If anyone's coming here to play buddy ball with Garrett Wilson, sign me up. If we're just force-feeding Garrett Wilson, that's a great place to be. I have no problems with force-feeding Garrett Wilson. Devontae, we knew, was a mercenary. Garrett is not. Garrett is a developed, tried-and-true player that was selected by the New York Jets. Tried and true. So I have no problem if anyone comes over here and says, hey, man, let me shove it over to Garrett Wilson. A-Step 10's all about it. Yes to Fields, baby. Also, let me make sure I flip the banner here, because on top of our free giveaway we have going on where you can subscribe to the channel, we also have this puppy going on with our scrolling ticker, baby. For a big giveaway. Let me throw that up on the screen real quick. Again, all your raffle tickets throughout the entire month of March are eligible for this puppy, a New York Jets patched out pullover hoodie, Super Bowl prize pack with multiple unique items from past Super Bowls, and a custom laser engraving package. As Jets logos and Boy Green logos together, those raffle tickets are $2.99 a piece. Either buying yourself a Boy Green Coffee Club membership, that's in the YouTube description down below. Join the Boy Green Coffee Club here, or gifting Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. You can gift 1, 3, 5, 10. If you're watching on YouTube, hit down the little drop-down menu. There's a money sign. Final option is gift channel memberships. You can gift as many as you like. There are no limits to how many raffle tickets you could gift. And obviously, that gets you raffle tickets for that contest. One lucky winner will win all of those prizes. We'll be announcing that on April Fools on April 1st. And then we'll be announcing our immediate next giveaway, which I already know what the package giveaway is for the month of April. I think you guys are going to be pretty excited about that. Yeah. Yo Holmes says, fun fact, Fields is not benched. Fields is only playing until the start of Wilson returned from injury. Well, Wilson was healthy during that 6 weeks, so I don't think that's true, Yo Holmes. Russell Wilson was healthy. He could have come back earlier, but they didn't because Fields was playing well. So being benched is being benched, man. He was the starting quarterback for the first 6 weeks of the season. He was then benched for Russell Wilson for the Jets game. What else would you call that? I'd call that a benching. Yeah. And obviously, I'm not sure if that was the right move. Fields was playing well. Taylor Sterling, exactly what I just said. Why would Fields sign with Steelers after they made him ride the bench? No clue. Now they crawl back to him? I don't think so. For people saying Tyrod, we want Tyrod, fine. If Tyrod beats out Fields, then God bless. Tyrod's a starting quarterback then, man. I'm fine with that. Ron Weiss here says, Paul, wouldn't Sammy say the same to the Jets blow me? He could. I don't know if he's going to or not, but I would try if I'm the Jets. If he is available, that may be a laugh, Ron. If he's available at the legal temporary period at noon, and I'm the Jets, I'm reaching out to Sammy's people. Now, he could say exactly what you just said. Blow me, pal. No chance. But it's worth the call. You don't want to assume. Definitely don't want to assume. So that's the one thing you definitely don't want to do. And oh, yes, I have to update the banner here. I just noticed our number one Austrian Jet fans. I have it on my Excel sheet, but we got to move it up here for our number one Austrian Jet fan. He rose up the ranking. So I'll update that banner in due time. Apologies. We'll update our banner. I'll just reveal what we have on the Excel sheet. Our number one Austrian Jet fan is now in first place. He has 27 raffle tickets so far this month. Jimmy Jet's in second place with 25. Fleur Lily and Big D with 23. Those are our top three gifters so far this month. So we do have it right on the Excel sheet. I just didn't have it right on the banner. We'll fix that in due time for all the people that are giving raffle tickets. Ward Dart Enthusiast, what tight ends are available to get now that they have been released? Well, the one that apparently the Jets are hot and heavy for is Jawan Johnson of the New Orleans Saints. Rich Simi on his podcast said he could get somewhere in the ballpark of 3 years, $25 million. So obviously the Jets are going to have to potentially be willing to dive into the deep end of the pool for that sort of money. He crossed over there in Glenn in New Orleans. So that's the guy that they're looking at, apparently. Is Jawan Johnson of the New Orleans Saints. He's going to be an expensive option, apparently. Philly Noodles says, now Fields isn't no Lamar, but you open up all aspects of the run game with RPO. Look how it worked for Hurts, Barkley, Lamar, Henry. That's why I'd be excited about the mesh point with Fields and Breece Hall. You got to make a big boy decision. And that to me is exciting. So, yeah. Sean O'Connell gives me a projected lineup here. Justin Fields, QB1, okay. Garrett Wilson, QB1, or wide receiver 1, okay. Wide receiver 2, question mark. Wide receiver 3, Malachi Corley. Wide receiver 4, Tim Patrick, free agent. RB, Breece Hall. Tight end, Michael Mayer, trade to the Raiders for a 5th. Draft offensive tackle in 1st or 2nd round. That's not a bad plan. That's not a bad plan at all, Sean O'Connell. Not a bad plan at all. You could totally do that. All right, looks like we have some action here. Let's skip ahead. First off, our number one Austrian Jet fan, baby, with a Boy Green Coffee Club membership gift. That went to Harvey Bouchard Jr. You are now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Welcome back, Harvey. And shout out to our number one Austrian Jet fan who has 28 raffle tickets so far this month. God bless. We appreciate you. Thank you, Austrian. Thank you. Okay, let me get to this. DNY for life with a 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, baby. Devin, we see you good, sir. Let's go. Booyah. That is 10 raffle tickets for our boy Devin. Love it. Let's go. Let's read those 10 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. And there's a lot of action happening here on the show, so let's go. All right. Those 5 new members, by the way, are Aston Langley, Mike Ferraro, Thomas Doyle, Tyrone Garcia, and Beth Page Chris. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Gosh Darn Coffee Club, baby. Shout out to you, DNY for life, and good Lord have mercy. Aced Up 10 with a $49.99 super chat. Oh my goodness. And every time we get a super chat, especially in this case, my daughter Zariah Luna chimes in.
Wow.
Hot damn. Aced Up 10 with the $49.99. I'm putting that down for our raffle. Good Lord, baby. Holy friggin' crap. All right, Aced Up. We'll add up those raffle tickets in a few moments, but count them in. He's Aced Up 10 with a $49.99 super chat saying, put me in, coach. There you go. Aced Up 10 is ready to buckle. Good Lord have mercy. We have 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Aced Up 10. Let's bleep and go. All righty. Good night. That deserves another video play of some kind. If you're asking for Coach.
Here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Damn straight. Aced Up 10. Let's go. Boom shakalaka. Thank you so much. We'll keep that up on the screen here for a little bit. Damn. Okay. We see you, Aced Up. We see you. We see you. Okay. All right. So, we'll leave you up, Aced Up 10. Appreciate you, pal. Thanks for the support for the show, brother. That is Zooey Mama. Zoinks. Who? Hey now. Sean O'Connell on Facebook talked about that potential lineup here. Yeah, Tim Patrick makes a lot of sense coming in. Michael Mayer could see that trade. I don't think it's going to cost a 5th. I think it'll be a 6th or 7th, but a 5th is fine. Draft an offensive tackle somewhere at either 7 or 42 would make sense, plug and play. There's a lot of buzz about Armand Membu, the Missouri offensive tackle. They're plugging at right tackle for the New York Jets. A lot of buzz about that. I've seen a lot of buzz. Rich Samini even brought that up on his podcast, Armand Membu. Hey, I've seen him go as high as number 4 overall to the New England Patriots, so we got to keep an eye out for that guy. He was electric at the NFL Combine. Wide receiver choose up in the air, a guy I like a lot. I talked about on the Boy Green Meets Woody show yesterday. Give me some Darius Slayton action, baby. I don't know what the price is. He's a deep ball guy, nice floor guy. I think he'd be a nice compliment to G-Dub, Garrett Wilson. Give me some Darius Slayton action there, baby. And I would also draft another receiver. That's the only other thing I would say, Sean O'Connell, about your list here is I would draft a receiver as well. I don't know if Malachi Corley number 3. I hope he's the number 3. I hope he's Gizmo Gadget slot receiver doing a little bit of everything. But the proof will be in the pudding. He has to prove himself to this new coaching staff. EZ says it. This is why I feel so strongly about Justin Fields. As EZ says, Fields is the only one with a high ceiling out of all the guys available. That's what I mean. There's the upside of his high ceiling. There's the upside of the youth. There's upside. All over the place. That excites me. Paul O'Hara on Facebook says, Hendon Hooker trade, then Travis at a late pick for Hooker was supposed to be a first-round pick before injury. Yes, Hendon Hooker was a former Tennessee product, got injured, fell in the draft, and he's just been developing on the Lions bench. So the Jets and Lions just go, want to swap injured quarterbacks? Maybe, I guess. But to be honest, I think Jet fans would just rather see Jordan Travis get a chance here than taking on someone else's project. So I'm sort of fine with what we got with Travis. I think they're both the same sort of dart throw, to be honest with you. So I'd probably stick with Jordan Travis. Pure YT says, high ceiling, LOL. Man, we've reached some desperate times. We have reached some desperate times. Read the room, Fior. I mean, good Lord, look at what is happening in the social media streets. Iowa Jet says, undefined ceiling. Certainly is. I don't know what Fields is at his best. We haven't seen it. And Alan says this, and I agree with this. I wrote a piece about this yesterday. Alan says this regime should have never came out strong to say we want to win now. Unrealistic expectations. I'm not sure if they're unrealistic. We will see. But it's hard for AG, who keeps telling everybody, we came here to win, not rebuild. And apparently Quincy Williams parroted that quote. He's out in Dublin doing some Jets event. And he said, "Yeah, AG called me up and said, we're here to win now. And we're not here for a rebuild." And Jet fans then say to me, "Well, Paul, what do you want him to say?" And it's very simple. When Brian Costello joined my show a couple weeks ago at the NFL Combine, a week or two ago, and he said exactly what Robert Saleh said. When Robert Saleh was hired, and they said, "Hey, coach, what are the expectations for the season?" He went, "Wow, we're young. We're developing. We'll see." He didn't say we're going to lose a bunch of games, but if you kind of filter through the things that he said, he didn't outwardly just say, "Boom, move over, Super Bowl championship case." AG has been so aggressive in his messaging that we came here to win. We came here to win now. And we don't even know who the hell their starting quarterback is. If long story short, that means one of two things for me. Either AG has a great plan. He plans to trade up to number one, or he truly believes in Justin Fields. He thinks he's going to get him. I don't know what his plan is, but he knows what his plan is, I'm sure. And if his plan is right, then yes, the Jets can win games. But not knowing who that quarterback, they are just raising the stakes for themselves, how Brian Costello put it. So it's an interesting strategy, and we'll see. We'll see. Cindy Sturgis is on the Justin Fields train. Hey, there you go, Cindy. Appreciate you. Okay. Will Howard is a winner. Yeah, he's sort of. Aaron Glenn said he's looking for winners, like sort of the Mike Singletary speech. I'm looking for winners. So yeah, he could fit the bill. That's true. Manuel Holcomb says the only way Sammy may come back here would be to offer him a hometown bonus to come back. Hell, I'll pay him a hometown bonus. I'd give Sam Darnold like 3 years, $150 million. That's probably a little aggressive, but it'd probably be somewhere around there. I'd give Sammy the bag. It's not my money. Micro Fox says Justin Fields is going to play with a huge chip. That's who I want. Hey, now. There you go. Welcome to Johnny Boy here in the chat, along with others. Cindy said, could we not re-sign Conklin? Yeah, it seems like that's unlikely based on the recent chatter. Rich Samini said that on his podcast. He said, I'd leave a modicum chance of Tyler Conklin coming back. He said, I wouldn't bet on it. And I went, oh, okay. Interesting. So it doesn't sound like it. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. All right. Thank you, H-Step10 again. Massive. We got another super chat coming in here from Philly Noodles 631, baby. Let's freaking ride. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Wow.
He loves this. Let's get a Roundhouse Taekwondo special BG video. All right. If that's what you want, here you go. Let's show it up here on the board. Yeah, that spinning back fist board, that last one, it's called the speed break, where they hold the bottom of it, and you're supposed to go through fast enough through the top that it breaks and sends it off. That hit a child, so I apologize to that child. Couldn't really control where that puppy went, but there you go. Philly Noodles, appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Booyah. There you go. Dynamic Brown, that'd be a good one. Shout out to Johnny Boy. I like that suggestion. Sean O'Connell says, is Amari Cooper or Keenan Allen too old? I don't know if too old, but you're kind of get what you pay for. Amari was super invisible with the Buffalo Bills last year, so that's kind of weird. Keenan Allen had hot and cold moments. I was very high on Keenan as a potential option last year for a mid-round draft choice. So he'd be sort of interesting. No, I mean, for the price, that'd be, yeah, let's see. I wouldn't mind that. Microvox saying, hopefully Hendon Hooker would keep his mouth shut, unlike Jordan Travis. Uh-oh. Yikes. Some Jack Besh, references from Philly Cup of Noodles. Could be. NY Jets have out throughout Darius Slay from the Eagles. Has a ring. History with Glenn. Not too expensive. That could make sense, right? The Detroit days. I don't know how much they crossed over there, but that would make sense. Sure. I'm all about that. Hey, Ed Vargas, baby, with that 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Let's friggin' go. It's raining. My raffle tickets, my handsome friend, for our contest at the end of the month. Shout out to Ed Vargas. Thanks for the support, buddy. Appreciate you. Woo. Let's friggin' go, baby. You love to see it. Let's put them up on the board. That is a 5-piece for Ed Vargas. Okay, very nice. Now let's read those 5 new members to the Gosh Darn Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Yeah. Let's see. Those 5 new members are Dan NY, John Sauer, Jacob, Roy Romano, AZ Jets. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Salute. Shout out to Ed Vargas, baby. Thank you, my good sir. Thank you. Couple of super chats coming in. Fastest Food Reviews, a.k.a. Chef Kevin Gilbert, baby. He graces us with his presence.
Wow.
Good morning, Boy Green. Last night's show with Connor was a good one. Make sure to hit the like button. Salute to the Coffee Club members. Yes, I did not stream that on this channel, so it's exclusively on Connor's. That's NY Flight Jets Talk. I joined him for like an hour show yesterday, so talking about all kinds of Jet free agents. If you guys like to check that out, feel free to do so. Again, that is Connor Long, NY Flight Jets Talk. Make sure you guys check that out. Me and Connor will be doing in case you've missed it, a joint live stream for the first round. It's going to be a 5-hour plus show. We're going to start at 7:15. It's going to go until well after midnight, until the draft is over and whatever final commentary we share. We're going to have former players on, current players on, NFL analysts, a little bit of everything. So we're putting all the pieces together. One name that's already been confirmed is Jets legend Jericho Cotchery. He'll be joining us at some point that night to tell his draft day story from back in the day, which I'm very much looking forward to. So Jayco, I've been able to become good friends with him, which is freaking crazy to say, but it's amazing. So shout out to my guy, Jericho Cotchery, who's a coach now, Limestone University. Salute to Jayco. And yeah, baby. So I appreciate you, Chef Kevin Gilbert. I appreciate you, my good sir. Yeah, no doubt about it. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. Let's throw 2 more raffle tickets on the board for you, Chef Kevin Gilbert. You have 3 raffle tickets so far this month. Thank you, sir, for our contest. Hit the like button, baby. That's a free way to contribute. I appreciate the people that could dive in deep. A-Step 10 and Austrian Jet Fan and Ed Vargas and everybody. That really, again, obviously helps a lot to help keep the show up. But for the people that can't afford to dip into those pockets, it still helps a lot to like the video and hit subscribe. Those are the free ways to contribute to the program. So God bless. Thank you very much. And shout out to you, Chef. Chef! All right, we got another YouTube super chat coming in here. This one is from Ron Weiss.
Wow.
The name's so nice, you got to say it twice. Ron Weiss, Ron Weiss. Just watch Jay Johnson highlights. He would go great with Garrett and Slayton. Just saying. Jay Johnson. Is this... Jawan Johnson you're talking about. Yes. Yeah, Jawan Johnson is a big dude. And he's coming off a career year, set new career highs in receptions and receiving yards. And he set a new career high in first downs created. So catches that resulted in a first down. I believe he had 27 of those this past season. So he'd be a little more expensive. But boy, do we need a weapon in the middle of the field, man. So yes, let's go, Ron. Let's get some dynamicism, whatever that word is. Let's get some of that on offense, some dynamic play, okay, where whoever the hell's playing quarterback is going to have some options. And I would like Jawan Johnson. He is a big dude, makes a lot of plays, great receiving threat. Again, it'd be a little pricey, but you get what you pay for, baby. Sign me up for some Jawan Johnson action. That would be terrific. That would be terrific if we could get that rolling here. All right, Ron, let me put you down, my friend. You got yourself a raffle ticket and some change to our contest. Thank you, sir. Hey, now. Just put that on the sheet. Appreciate you. Thanks, Ron. Yeah, Jawan Johnson. Watch those highlights, people. I love this time of year. I just have to say this. We are 3 days away from the legal tampering period. And news is going to be coming left and right. We're going to have to do some, pay attention. We'll try to do some YouTube shorts reacting to a lot of these moves and articles. We'll have all that stuff cooking, maybe a couple of breaking shows. to recap everything. But I'm excited as all hell. Free agency is an exciting time where the hope is eternal. This is how you start making some moves, man. So yeah, that's exciting. Taylor Sterling says AG is not okay with losing, plain and simple, so we want win now. I want win now. You want win now. We want win now. But wanting and delivering are two separate matters. I hope he can win now. I hope he has that elite mentality of win, 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 and he's able to get the juice out of this orange that is the New York Jets. Can he squeeze the life? Because obviously we had this talented ass team last year and we squeezed. We got 5 wins. If he squeezes this orange, what do we get for AG? Is it 8 wins? 9 wins, maybe? What does he squeeze when he grips that orange and juices it? And then the juice falls down into the cup. How much cup do we have here? Okay. I don't have a full glass here. I don't know if you can see the water. Okay. Is that how much juice we're going to have? Is it going to be more juice? I don't know. But I hope we have some juice. Think about this. We've had one winning season over the last 14 years. One! Holy freaking, we haven't eclipsed the 8-win total since 2015, for God's sakes. That was 10 years ago, man. Good Lord. So please, there's no one who wants winning more than me. I just hope we get it. For God's sakes. I like that Sharon McLean giving a shout out to Tyler Warren. Sure, yeah, get me some Tyler Warren action. I'd be pumped. I'd be pumped. Another super chat here. We go to EZ Baby.
Wow.
I've heard these rumors. EZ says Chris Olave. Anyone? Chris Olave. And obviously, Chris Olave, we're talking about reuniting Ohio State teammates here. Obviously, that would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense if we could, reunite from that perspective. And EZ, we just put this down on your tab for a giveaway this month. I appreciate you. My problem with Olave is this. Now, the good news is a new regime's happening in New Orleans, so always players can be traded from an old regime to a new regime. My fear is Chris Olave has had a lot of concussion issues, and those are very scary. And with the amount he's had and the youth and the star power, it's just risky business. Risky business. He's obviously talented. If the price is right, I'm kicking the tires. But it just the concussions are incredibly scary. And the injury-prone nature, you never know. Like a concussion is you tear your ACL, there's a rehab program, and it's very clear, okay? Like ACLs suck. I tore my ACL, but you have to go through a regiment, a routine, all this process, and boom, you get from here to here. On a concussion, it's just so mysterious. It's your brain bruising and getting internal bleeding from banging around in your skull. It's hard to sort of, especially when you have a lot of them, and whether or not you're more susceptible or this, that, or the other, it's very scary to talk about. So it's just the injuries are what scares me there. But again, if the price is right, we could talk about it. J-Boy asked, will I be live for other rounds? I am not currently scheduled to be live for other rounds, J-Boy. I am not. I will be live for the entire first round. And I'm sure, like, for instance, Jets pick at 42, I'll probably have an immediate video I'll put up on the channel. Not live, but an immediate video of like, hey, the Jets took Emeka Ibuka. Here's my thoughts. Here's a couple of quick thoughts. Wow, great move, bad move. See you on the next pick. So I'll probably do those for all the picks. Outside of the first round, obviously, I'll be live on the show. But outside of those, I'll try to give you guys videos, YouTube short reactions, YouTube video reactions. So we'll have all those up there. But great question, J-Boy. Yeah, I love playmakers, Hep. So yeah, baby, give me some Hep. Now, sorry, I was scaring everybody with the juicing reference. My apologies. Yeah, they got a little. I am quite thirsty. Phil says I'm thirsty. I actually am. There's not enough water in this thing. I will have to fill that in due time. But yeah. Sorry for the aggression there, everybody. I just got a little physical. Yeah, Reese doesn't think Olave is going to last in the league. That's a concern, obviously. So you have to factor that in as well. All right, everybody, let's do this. It's time to open up the phone lines. We've got 600 people in the room. Like the video. Hit subscribe. Let's bleeping go. It's time to share your thoughts on all these free agency rumors, and boy, it's getting hot and heavy for Justin Fields. What will that mean? What will that be all about? We'll find out. Let's play a quick hep song, and up next, we'll open up those phone lines here in the program. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, you have to hop on over to YouTube to be able to call in to the program. Hep song, we're right back after this on Boyd Green Daily.
Boyd Green Daily, Boyd Green Daily, Boyd Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boyd Green Daily, Boyd Green Daily, Boyd Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boyd Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go.
Let's go. Hep. Okay, that fires me up. That fires my loins up. Not sure if you guys wanted to hear that, but yeah, loins are fired up. Plums are plumbing. It's perhaps too much information. Anywho, real quick, before we go to the phone lines, we have Ron Weiss. Paul, is Holland still a possibility? Absolutely. We did a video on it yesterday. $80 million projected contract from Britzamy for one Javon Holland. It'd be risky. It'd be expensive. It'd be juicy. But again, for me, if I'm going to be spending in free agency, I want to spend for guys coming off their rookie deals. Younger guys. You know, everyone has different folks that they're looking for on the dating profile. For me, I'm looking for younger guys. That's it on the dating. Not for me personally, for the Jets team. You know, a little younger. Let's mix that in with all the veterans. I think that'd be a good possibility. Let's go with some younger cats and mix it in. But yeah, Javon Holland would be great. You skunk a rival, and all that is great. Jets Worldwide, a.k.a. Snowball, with a super member shout-out after being a member for 3 months. Salute.
Wow.
Is Andy Dalton available? Taylor Dalton Howard. Dalton is not. He actually re-signed with the Carolina Panthers for another couple years, so he's probably going to finish his career there. No Dalton available, I'm afraid. No Dalton available. I'm so sorry, Snowball. Sorry to, kick your snowfort over here, but, sorry. Unavailable. All right, let's go to the phone lines, baby. Up next, or up first, a cup of Philly noodles, baby.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
Hey, God bless.
God bless. Good day, Taekwondo day. I love the clip. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I need that roundhouse to start my day on Fridays.
Yeah, there we go.
So, wide receiver, Jack Besh, I know has been a name. Has gotten popular now for second or third round, probably second. Nick Nash.
Probably second. Yeah.
I love Nick Nash. I think if you're going to bring in Justin Fields, with the fact that we have nobody who has short hands, that kid in college has the surest hands, Nick Nash and Jack Besh. If you can get both of them, I think it would be ideal. Warren now feels like it's in play. You need playmakers for Justin Fields. And just looking at, everybody's thoughts about, what are we going to do with quarterback? If we don't go up to number one, if we're going to get Fields, it seems like that's probably what we wouldn't do.
Yeah.
O-line's now in play, obviously, still, for sure. And certain mocks have Campbell falling or because of Membu. No matter what we think, I looked into 2026 and 2027. There's nobody available still at quarterback, like at all. The three big names,
like free agency, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, who are
Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, and Stroud all are going to be retained.
Right. Yeah.
So it's over. There's nobody in 2 years. So you sign him for 2 years. You lock in upside for 2 years. You still keep Tyrod for a year, probably release him the following, and then draft another quarterback again. And probably pick up another veteran. I would like to see them maybe pick up another veteran. And I hate to say this, get rid of Jordan Travis if you can, because this is not going right. It's just not happening.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not happening. I mean, the writing's on the wall. The fact that your agent comes out and says these things, you're telling him to do he's not just doing it. Like, he can't just do what he wants.
Or that's the worst agent of all time. If he's just freewheeling, pew, 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 that is. I'd be calling my agent. What the hell? Well, I didn't say that. What are you talking about, man? So yeah, that'd be bad agent 101. But Jordan Travis hasn't exactly come out and said that all stuff is equivocally false. So
I'm going with the fact that he's disgruntled. I get it. We didn't. Yeah. You can't say that. He can't say that we did that to him. But it's a good campaign, right? Hey, they did that to me. Teams might be like, hey, what's going on with that Jordan Travis kid? You having problems? Let's go get him. We'll give you a 6th round, a 5th round. I'll take a 5th round from him.
Yeah, I would take the same pick we invested in. Sure. The thing just doesn't make any sense. I've just been trying to rack my brain before. So we did the whole show on it. It was breaking news at the time. We did it. And then I've just sat on it and rushed from what? We had Aaron Rodgers. We had Tyrod. What would they rush him for? I don't understand. What would be the motivation of the staff to rush a guy? Like, I would understand in this world, right? Tyrod Jones stuff. They're like, hey, Jordan, let's get your ass in gear, baby. Like, let's go. We need somebody. We need excitement for the fans or something. Like, you could sort of sell me on it this year, depending obviously on what else they're going to do this offseason. But yeah, that it just seems strange. It didn't seem to make a lot of sense.
So for me, I move on now if I can get rid of him. Get another quarterback drafted, or just put another veteran on the bench as well.
All
right. My thing is, so the RPO and how we would love it to happen, I think it would work. Obviously, we haven't had that plan of action occur yet, but Engstrand, where if he was with Goff, who was the polar opposite of that, where do we see him? You know what I mean? Like, how do we justify an RPO with a guy who maybe never ran RPO as a coordinator?
Well, the thing, yeah, exactly. The thing I love, and Rich talked about this in his podcast too, is that Tanner Engstrand is captain play action from the Jared Goff time, and that's what a lot of Justin Fields did at Pittsburgh. So that's why he sort of circled everything together there, which sort of makes sense. But I love the RPO and the mesh that would happen when you're a defensive end. You're like, oh shit, what do I do? Am I crashing in, or am I holding? And then all of a sudden now we're going to all kinds of craziness. I just think big boy decisions have to be made on a play-to-play basis. And I'd run that shit all the time, especially in the red zone, but I'd be running that all over the field.
1,000%. So in the end, let's see what happens, and we're built for this shit. He said it, we're with it. So let's go.
Damn straight cup of Philly noodles, gracing us with his presence. I love Philly. All right, let's go to another caller here. We got EZ on the Gas Darn program. What's up, EZ?
Hey, how you doing, Paul?
Hey, doing great, man.
You're damn near football Gandalf now, huh?
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah.
No, the only guy I would take over Justin Fields if he's available would be get Sammy back.
Yes,
but
I agree.
But the reason I like Fields is he was figuring every year he got a little bit better. Now, he's not going as fast as, most NFL coaches would want, but he's not going backwards. Mariota went backwards. All these other guys, they regressed. Every single one of them regressed. So they're really not an option. But there are some questions that I have. And I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera. I'm driving, so I got to be safe.
No,
but
I appreciate that. Yep, no.
There are a couple of backups that are interesting to me, but I don't know enough about them because I don't follow it that closely. But one of them is Cooper Rush. Is he even available from Dallas?
He is. I've known him a lot because obviously my dad being a Dallas Cowboys fan, I've seen a ton more Cooper Rush in my life than I ever thought I was going to. So I have seen a lot of Cooper Rush. He's a guy that I think is a perfect run-of-the-mill, and I don't mean this in an insulting way. It just is what it is. He's just a manager. Yeah, exactly. You've nailed it. He is a professional quarterback. I don't think he's ever going to go to a Pro Bowl. I don't think he's ever going to implode. Yes, he could get point A to point B. He doesn't get rattled a lot.
So he has a high floor.
Yeah.
So you're saying he has a very high floor, but you're not sure if he has a high ceiling.
That is exactly what I'm saying, yes.
Okay. Is he good enough to run a team for 2 years until better options are available?
Well, I'd imagine in year two, he'd be better than year one. Yeah, no, right. Yeah, I'd imagine in year two, he'd be better than year one. So, yeah, I mean, there is a path where I don't know if that's exciting jersey sales, but I think he could be a professional quarterback for the Jets, sure.
The other thing, Jordan Travis, I mean, I keep I keep hearing different things about him. In one respect, there's some negativity because he's pissed a little bit that the Jets tried to push him. But there was the other report that said he's in great shape this year.
Yeah.
So could he develop this year? Could he, actually really develop this year in camp? Because they say he's ready for OTAs and he's ready for mini camp and he's ready for everything. So why would you just get rid of him right now when he's on the cheap?
Yeah, I guess some people seem to be upset about how much he seems to be talking through his agent and any social media activity that may be happening. So I guess some Jet fans are pissy about it. But I would just say exactly what you just said. No one's going to trade anything for him because no one knows what he is. So I would just say let's let them all battle it out in camp, OTAs, all of it. And let's see if Jordan makes these leaps and bounds in quarterback development. Maybe it happens. I don't know.
Right, and the other thing was about Chris Olave. Yes. I knew about the bean, his head.
Yes, yeah, right.
But how long has it been since he's played, and how many concussions has he had? The other thing is if he's comfortable, like if let's say we get Justin Fields, just for shits and giggles, we get Justin Fields, we have Garrett Wilson. I mean, if we put the club back together, does he have more familiarity with Justin throwing the ball? Will Justin be able to put him in positions where he's not going to get his head crushed? I mean, if you look back at the Ohio State tape, what was Fields as a passer with Olave and Wilson?
I know what he was with Garrett because I did all those numbers for a story, so I have to double check on Olave. But the thing with Olave, to your point about the concussions, quarterbacks can help out their guys. Derek Carr gave Chris Olave a hospital ball that quite literally sent him to the hospital, and he only ended up playing 8 games this past season because of the seriousness of his latest concussion. He needed help getting off the field. It was some scary ass stuff.
That's what Devontae Adams
on Fields.
That's what Adams was talking about when he was on the Raiders. That his quarterback was going to get him killed, right? Because he was putting balls in areas where like he would wait too long to throw them, or he would try to throw him open into a position where he was going to get his head taken off, and that's why he wanted out of there more than anything else. And he knew that Rodgers is the king of the back shoulder pass, which was going to keep him safe. So that has a lot to do with it as a receiver. Who is throwing you the ball, where he's throwing you the ball. Is he hitting you in the numbers where you're open and you can get yards after the catch, or is he putting you like I'm going to just use this as an example. A couple of years back when Sammy was with the team, he was always throwing the ball right at the guy or behind him where the guys were getting crushed. Or they would catch the ball and they couldn't get that extra 1 or 2 yards for the first down. But I think Sammy's good now. I think with the coaching he got in San Francisco and the coaching he got in Minnesota, I think he's a much better quarterback now. So if we could get Sammy, that would be my first pick.
I agree.
But if we can't, I mean, look, I'm not saying I don't like these guys. I think I told you. It's nothing personal. I'm not sure about Sedeur Sanders. I know he had a high completion percentage and all this, but when I look at him compared to the other young rookies that have come out in the past couple of years, I'm looking at a guy. Well, first, I'm going to compare him to Zach Wilson. All right. Now, people are going to be screaming with their hair on fire. Zach Wilson sucked. Okay. Here's my comparisons. They both came from smaller colleges that didn't have as good of competition as, let's say, Alabama, Auburn, Penn State. Florida, and Miami,
Okay.
Just saying that. So I understand, But when you compare, Wilson was pretty accurate. I think his sophomore year, because he didn't play senior. So his sophomore year was his best. His junior year was it was okay, but it wasn't. But when you got him into the combine, the guy could throw the ball on a rope over shoulder. I mean, he was throwing in the combines. He was throwing passes that everyone was like, "Holy shit, this guy's great." Yeah. But when he came into the league, where he was going against elite defensive backs and elite, rushing up defensive lines, he was slow in his delivery, But here was the things where he was good. He always still had the powerful arm, and he could scramble, and he could run. Okay? Shedeur Sanders does not have the speed, does not have the scramble, and does not have the same arm. So you have to kind of weigh, is he going to be, once he gets into this league, where everybody on the Jets would be a first-team starter on any college team he's ever played against? Because let's face it, the NFL is a collection of 32 teams with first-team college players that have now all obviously grown into men, bigger, faster, stronger, with the best coaching in the world. So you have to kind of look at why it is that some of these younger players, when they first hit the league, struggle, because it is a struggle. It's an adjustment. Any player will tell you the NFL is not college. It ain't even CFL. That's why this young kid who's on the Jets, our defensive back, I know who he is. I'm just last name begins with an S, I think.
Stiggers? Quantez Stiggers?
Stiggers, yeah. He was, 37, I think, right?
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. All right. He made it even in the CFL. He was defensive rookie of the year in the CFL.
He was a rookie of the year. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And maybe he could be a decent player in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he competes for CB2 with JBC and Brandon Eccles maybe comes back. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Who is right now in the tampering period going to be available at DB and safety? That's what I think the Jets need to concentrate on. I think they can get good players in the draft in linebacker and defensive and offensive line, but I think you really have to pluck free agency to get some of those really good defensive skill players in the backfield.
I agree. I would say some of those names, and we'll read a couple of them to you guys here, because ESPN just had their top 100 free agent list. I can read you guys a couple. A lot of Jets are on the list, which is sort of funny, but let me see. Yeah, here's the top 100 rankings from Matt Bowen. So DJ Reed's the second best free agent expected to be available. He's not coming back. So there you go. Let me see. Corner safety. So Charvarius Ward, if you want to go to Steve Wilkes connections of yesteryear, Charvarius Ward could make sense. He's 8th on the board. Javon Holland, we talked about yesterday. He's a safety out of Miami. You have Trayvon Moehrig, the Raiders safety. He's available. He's a guy. Byron Murphy is another corner. He's going to be expensive. Hufanga, 49ers safety. He's available. Carlton Davis III. He's a former Detroit Lions guy. You have Russell Douglas of the Buffalo Bills. He's more a nickel guy, so I think the Jets are sort of covered there. You have Cameron Bynum, safety out of the Minnesota Vikings. Asante Samuel Jr., the corner out of the Chargers. Mike Hilton, corner from the Bengals. Paulson Adebo, the Saints corner. He could make sense, certainly, if you're looking for DBs in that range. Justin Reed is a safety of the Kansas City Chiefs. He's a good run stopper. That would be incredibly intriguing for, obviously, what the Jets need. Nate Hobbs, a corner from the Raiders, is available. Just scanning through the top 100 of corners and safeties that sort of tickle. Christian Fulton, he's another Chargers corner that's available. Jordan Lewis, the Dallas Cowboys corner. He's a Michigan guy. I really like Jordan Lewis a lot of traits there. Andre Cisco, my boy from Syracuse. Do you want a ball hawk? This guy's going to be 25 entering the 2025 season. He's got incredible ball skills. He had them in college. He had them in the pros. I would pair him with another safety. If we're going to go for one of my Syracuse boys, I would love Andre Cisco. We mentioned Darius Slay earlier, the veteran corner. There's Jeremy Chin, who plays a little safety linebacker. Justin Simmons, who we've drooled all over last year. Julian Blackman, he's a guy who's hurt a lot, but he's an interesting guy for the Colts who's available. Dante Jackson, corner from Pittsburgh. And Ifeatu Melifonwu, again, that's my boy. He's a safety corner from the Detroit Lions. So there's a bunch of names, Easy, a bunch of names there at corner and safety. But I'll tell you, one of my favorites. So these are not guys that are going to get paid $1 million kajillion. Ifeatu Melifonwu, I followed him and covered him here over at Syracuse. He plays corner and safety. He's lanky, massive guy. Again, he's going to be dirt cheap. I go for Ifeatu Melifonwu. And then Andre Cisco is a friggin' ball hawk safety. He was a former third-round pick of the Jaguars during the Urban Meyer era. and he's available, I love Andre Cisco, man. We need a ball hawk. We need a playmaker on the back end who's going to take the ball away from the offense, and he's a guy that certainly fits. So give me some Syracuse boys. Andre Cisco, Ifitu Melifonwu. Boom, boom. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Got a lot of people waiting. Let's go to Johnny Boy here next on the show. What's up, Johnny?
What's going on, BG? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Over.
Hey, man. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to talk about, right, in regards of the free agency, because it's just literally right around now, to kind of bolster up some of the holes that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really big into the Jendrick Wills kid, right?
Cleveland tackle. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, he was a left tackle, but he played his whole career as a right tackle, right? He was a top 10 pick.
Yep.
I think he would fit what we would need, right? He's an Alabama kid at that as well. So he's an individual that I like. You kind of hit on some of the names that I was talking about. I really do like the Odebo kid out of the Saints, the 6'1", really rangy, and he's another.
Oh, he's a Stanford corner. Yeah, Paulson Adebo. Yeah.
So I like that guy a lot as well. Couple of receivers, the Dwami Brown one from Washington is one that really does intrigue me as well. And I'm saying all these names because I don't think they're gonna break the bank. And
I don't think so either.
And I think Glenn would be able to get the best in regards out of all of them, as well as linebackers, man. I want Sherwood to come back. I want Sherwood to come back. But if that does not happen, right?
Yeah.
The Nick Bolton one that's out there, I know it would be very expensive.
Quite.
But he's still super young, very experienced. Why not? He would fit, right, what Wilkes would want to go ahead and do as well over here with us. And Milton Williams, man.
Oh, yeah, Philly.
Out of Philly.
Uh-huh.
Right? He already won his championship. Are they going to pay him? I don't think so. Right? Bring in a guy that has that championship pedigree and put him next to freaking Quinnen and whatnot. And then last for me, Chase Young. Chase Young I don't think he's gonna be asking for the bag and all that. He could be an insurance, thing that you have for JJ just until JJ gets, and he's not gonna fight with JJ once he comes back to be like, this is my position, this is blah 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 blah, and the whole nine like that as well. Right. So I wanted to get your thoughts and what you think. And my last thing, I'll shout out to the Afterburners because I was rocking with them yesterday. Right.
Sure.
If we're at 7, Cardinals call, right? And they're like, we'll trade you straight up and give you Kyler Murray. Is that something that you would say yes?
For what?
Or would you want more?
So what's the offer?
So we trade, right, the 7th pick for Kyler Murray of this year's first round pick.
It would make me think about it. I don't know if I'd pull the trigger. I'd want to evaluate where his contract's at because I don't know that off the top of my head. So how many more years are on the contract? Things of that nature. But yeah, you'd have to get age, numbers, fit, and offense, all those things. Yeah, what is he?
28. He's still super young. The contract goes down, right? I think it's guaranteed money the next 2 years, but it doesn't really affect the cap that bad. Right. After that, there is no guarantee money anymore as well. So I was kind of anti it because I think I'm still on the thing of we trade back, pick up more assets, and be able to fix a lot more holes. But I wanted to get your thoughts into that, BG. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Johnny. Again, there's all these Kyler Murray rumors. I don't really know where they're coming from, but obviously Kyler Murray is way better than anything we have. I appreciate fellow vertically challenged individuals, so I appreciate him rocking that out for all the short guys in the room. Thank you. God bless. Yeah, 7th. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to really ponder it. That's not an automatic yes for me. It's not an automatic no. I'd want to go through the contract. I'd want to see the age, and even if he's 28, when does he turn 29? All that sort of stuff. What's the plan? How's it all work out? Does he need any alterations to contract? There'd be a lot of things I'd want to figure out there, but interesting. Again, we got 700 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe, baby. All right, next up, June the GM joins us here on the show. What's up, June?
Hey, good morning, Paul. So yesterday, I kind of got offline. I was around, but not really around.
Yeah.
Spent some time with God. I felt a little heavy. My family going through the sudden death I told you about earlier.
Yeah, right.
And I read something that just stuck with me, right? And it's going to tie into the Jets, so people be patient. I read something that how favor doesn't complain, right? And I had to meditate on that word, and I realized that a lot of times, as of late, I've been extremely negative in my life with my job. I went for a big position. It could have monetarily changed my life.
Wow.
I didn't get it.
Oh.
And instead of allowing the situation to negatively affect me, I just thank God regardless. So, you know what, God? Thank you that I got that far in the process of almost getting that job. I know next time I can lock it down. So I started thinking about my Jets. And I said to myself, I'm not a Jet fan 45 years because I'm pointing out everything negative that they do or putting out there 6 and I forgot we put 6 and 11 or 5 and every year I go into the year hopeful, believing that we can win a Super Bowl. Call me foolish, call me asinine, say whatever you want. But I love the New York Jets, and every year I go in with the same energy. I know we can do something this year. And I see so much negativity in our community. It's crazy to me. And a lot of the negative people are actually uplifted by other people who are being converted to being negative. And I was finding myself being extremely negative with the Jets as of late. And I said, you know what, I'm not a fan for that. I'm not a fan here to destroy Muji or Aaron Glenn or, this play. And that's not what it's about. For me, football brings me joy. When I watch the Jets play, I feel a joy that I can't explain. I'd rather do that than anything else aside from spend time with my family. Like I'm a big Knicks fan, a Sooner fan. I told you, North Carolina Tar Heels in basketball, Yankees. But for me, when I watch the Jets, it brings me a different level of joy. And I want to get back to that. I want to start thinking optimistically, like, let's just support the team. Let's see what they do. Ain't nobody getting paid to be a negative person pertaining to our organization. You don't get more props because you're pointing out everything they're doing wrong or you're giving your opinion on this is what it's just an opinion at the end of the day. Nobody knows nothing. That's why we're here talking about it and they're actually doing it and living it.
Yes,
so
that's true.
I just wanted to bring that this morning there. I love you all. There's a lot of intellectual Jet fans, but the negativity is crazy. It's like, let's be hopeful. Let's see what happens. And I get it. The pain, but you want to talk pain? I got 45 years of pain. There's other Jet fans that got 50, 55, 60 years of pain. Like there's people who have been going through it with the Jets. And to hear, when somebody been in a Jet fan for 2-3 years, like, what, really? You're 9 years old and how much pain you been through? Like, really? Stop. Let's get back to really enjoying our team. I feel confident that we made the right choice as head coach. The GM, nobody knows a lot about. Let's be realistic. We didn't hear about none of the candidates hardly. And I just really want to get back to having fun with this because this is fun for us. You come on here every day. Oh, by the way, I do have one complaint though. I have one
complaint. Sure. Yeah. By the way, wait, let me switch out to my complaint manager. All right, June. Yeah. Yes.
My complaint is very basic. I was upset when you and Woody got offline yesterday because I really enjoy you two guys together. I like your show. I like you and Woody. The chemistry is great.
Sounds like a compliment, not a complaint, but I like that. Okay, go ahead.
Come off, yesterday when you went off, I said, what? That was short, man. That wasn't even an hour worth of So, I would like you to extend the content a little longer because I enjoy you and Woody. I think you and Woody work really well together.
God bless.
I love the way you play off one another. You don't talk over one another. You just got a good chemistry. I enjoy the show you got with Woody weekly. I really do.
I appreciate that, June. Well, thank you so much. Yeah.
Last thing I wanted to say that I am starting the show soon.
Oh,
I'm starting the show.
Congratulations.
This episode will be the 10th, which I think is a Monday, but it's not going to be just Jets content. I feel that like there's so many talented, gifted Jets creators.
Yeah.
You, Asman, even Young Conalone. There's so many people who are focused on just content. Will there be just content? Absolutely. But I also love my Knicks. I also love my Oklahoma Sooners. And I also want to cover a little wide range of important sports topics that came out recently, important things that, whether it's if LeBron scoring 50K in his journey, we'll talk about that. So it's going to be more sports. It's going to cover a more wider range of sports than just Jets content. Because once again, I said to myself, the Jets already got incredible creators. I'd rather support and talk about my Jets here and there and do it that way.
Okay, well, I'll say this off the top. First off, whenever that show is live, let us know. I think a lot of us would love to hear the details on it. We could promote that on this show. We'd love to do that. So once that's official, let us know, June.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate all you do and your consistency. 7 days a week is crazy. I don't think people understand. It's crazy to come up with one topic, yet alone 7 each week. And where's Hops on Pops, man? He ain't around enough, man.
Yeah, that's true. He's supposed to be coming. Let me see my schedule here. I got a schedule. He's on Sunday this week, and he said he might pop on the Saturday show just randomly.
I need more Hops on Pops. I'm sorry. I need more Hops on Pops. I'm sorry.
More? Okay.
I need more Pops, all right? Tell him I need more of him.
Okay, will do. There we go, June. Put that on the complaint suggestion box, okay? More Hop on Papa, sure. Woody, stay for longer shows, you lazy bastard. Okay, very nice. Okay, beautiful. All right, got it. Understood. Thank you. I'll send that message, June. God bless. But congrats on the new show, and sorry. And on a serious note, sorry on the loss, man. I know we talked about that the other day this week. That hurts, man. That hurts. So we're thinking of you. We're praying for you. All right, let's go to another phone call here. Let's go to it. Ben Gibbet. Speaking of support, this guy has been making it rain from the high heavens. DNY for life, Devin, baby, coming here on the show. What's up, Devin? Good morning.
Good morning, BG. I want to start off by saying, BG, my name is Devin, and I'm a Jets addict.
Hello, Devin. Come on, everybody. Make him feel at home.
Hey, June, I'm definitely going to check out your channel, bro, whenever you start that. He made a lot of points that I was definitely in agreement with, and I didn't really want to call in. I like sitting in the background. I like hearing you guys talk, and I like hearing the perspective and everything like that. But, I'm checking in. I know I'm checking.
Of course.
But I love the show, bro. I love the perspective of Jets fans. It's very insightful. They're very insightful, and so many Jets fans are so intelligent, and they think they bring about so many different perspectives. And it being about my team makes me love it because it's like, man, we got so many different thoughts to ponder, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as June was thinking about this pain situation, right? I'm like, we sometimes are afflicted with our own pain because
no doubt
we set ourselves up for these standards that we know that are not that are not going to meet the expectations for which we are trying to set, right?
Correct.
Like, for example, do we think that Justin Fields is going to come here? Possibility, which is what we bank on because we're hopeful people as Jets fans. So there's a possibility that he does come here because I don't think Sam is coming here. Sam would be my number one choice to come here. I didn't want to see Sam go in the first place. I wanted them to build us around Sam instead of drafting the damn quarterback. I said, all right, I get it. You want to have your own dude? I get it. All right, I'm going to support. Again, I'm a Jets addict. So anyhow, I'm a support. But I would love to see him here. I don't expect for him to come back and he's scoring, and I get that. So that's cool. Yeah. But back to what I was saying to you, BG.
Yeah.
Do Jets fans really believe in their heart of hearts that Justin Fields can come here within the next 2 years and win the championship?
Well, if this and this, and then you get the right,
right. So can I take those same ifs and can I take that bucket of ifs and put it in the basket of a bucket of a rookie child that is not mentally fragmented from the NFL, and then they're going to then learn, maybe hopefully I like everything that we have in place right now. I like the fact that Aaron looks at this whole situation and says, yes, I'm going to make the tough decisions, and some of them are not going to be popular for a lot of people. I understand that. But my intent is to win games. I'm coming here to be successful, not to lose games. And I think that perspective really needs to be heard because I think people hear that, but they don't hear that. And what does that mean? That means that whatever he wants to do to find success for this team is going to be his end goal. I don't think that this man is really thinking I'm going to do something great with Justin Fields. I think he's going to think to himself, if giving the same situation between Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields, no injury, because if this happens, this is the bucket of ifs, I'm going to pull something out there. So if this happened and Tyrod stays healthy, who is the better quarterback, Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor? And if I'm looking at it from that analytical perspective, I'm thinking, I got a really good offensive line. I got 4 of my 5 definite starters here. I'm going to find somebody. I really hope they bring Moses back, because I think he's more than just the player. And I think that is some of what we've lost in the last few years. So that's been a little bit. So that's something that I'm hoping for. But Tyrod has a good offensive line. What's for us to think, like, especially if we utilize this draft to then give him complementary pieces, meaning we find, one other receiver to complement Garrett, Tech, McMillan. So yeah, maybe that. And then, or, if he drops, I don't really love him, but like, if he drops, I'll take a shot on Shador. If he drops at 7, that's my stipulation. I'm not jumping up, and I'm not giving up the future. And this is how I say we fail ourselves, because this thought process of saying, like, we're going to let Cam Ward, we're going to go draft up to get Cam Ward and say, hey, he's going to then save us, right? Well, how is this young man going to do that if he doesn't have anything around him from which to build? Because then you have to look at going into free agency. You don't have that much money. If you want to put the level of talent that's needed to be around him, then you need to go into free agency and spend a lot of money, some of which we really don't have. So can I go back to my original point and say, I'm going to take this bucket of ifs and put it over there and give me a young man in this draft. I don't love Will Howard. I'll take him. And I think you need to let him sit for a year and learn. But I think what's the kid from Syracuse that
Al McCord, baby.
Al McCord. I want to take a chance on him. Say, let's say the 4th round. You know what I'm saying? He's a 3rd round, 4th round. Sure. I don't care. Yeah. Right. Take a chance on that. You know what I mean? But use a premium. Use that. Get that. If you want to get the D tackle, if there's a D tackle there that we really love that can really help, Quinn, then let's do that. I really think there's another weapon in place, because guess what? I see McMillan is a baller, bro. And I think, but even if you want to get the tight end from Penn, you know what I'm saying?
Tyler Warren, baby.
Tyler Warren. I'm okay with that too. You know what I mean? Because that's another weapon. But Tyrod would use those weapons. You know what I mean? Like, people don't think about the fact. I know they were like, oh, it's garbage time. But I just look at the fact that when he did come into the game last year and hadn't played all year, there was fluidity to it.
Moving and grooving.
Force that. Yeah. Yes, he was just flowing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, give me Tyrod. I just pray he doesn't get hurt. And then if there's the 2 rookies, if I got 2 rookies behind that, and I'm still going to have if I'm going to have like a 6-10, a 6 and whatever league season, so it's 5-6 games. All right, let me see with these 2 rookies, because then guess what? Next year in the draft, I got premium pieces. I know that there is supposedly, because you never really know, quarterbacks next year, but then I could really take a chance on the quarterback next year. But I'm telling you, I feel like we could win like 11 games with Tyrod. I really do, man. As long as he's healthy, I think what people don't really think about, like, Muji and Glenn are going to put these pieces together via free agency, and there's going to be a lot of the pieces needed as building blocks in free agency. I don't know, I'm going long-winded, but I don't call on that often, so give me some leniency.
Yeah, hey, no, please. Baby. Yeah.
But I do think, like, they're going to have a plan to put all these other things in place. They're doing it strategically, because they're thinking about, I got to do something with the cap. Aaron Glenn ain't it's not Boo Boo the Fool. He knows where he's at. He's in New York. He's here, and he knows what the expectations are for us as fans. His own expectations, right? Like, he doesn't want to fail. Like, I think he's cognizant of the fact that, like, if I fail, I might not get another shot somewhere else. It's going to take a minute for me to get another shot as a head coach. And that's reality as a black man and as a head coach in the NFL. That's just the reality. You know what I'm saying? So he got to take this opportunity seriously. Muji's the same thing. I'm young. I'm a young GM. People think, I didn't have enough experience. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't do this, then, and third. Let's give these guys a chance, man, because they understand what their assignment is. trust
Yep.
and believe they understand what the assignment is. And we're not going to be like looking at them making idiotic moves and be in support of it. You better have a plan. And I think they do. So I'm going to lead on that. I know I said a whole lot, BG. So a whole lot for you to
marinate on. I appreciate that. Devin, thanks for the call, brother. It's always great having you on the show,
man. I appreciate you, brother.
There he is. DNY for life, baby. And appreciate the support as always. Always making it rain memberships on the channel and the support and the passion, the sweet passion that DNY for life brings to the table, baby. There is a lot to unpack there. Hey, man, I think we're all sort of overlooking Tyrod right now because, like, it is what it is. We're just like, Tyrod's like, can he stay healthy? If he does, what does it look like? We haven't seen him as a full-time starter in 8 years, people. It's been 8 years. 2017 was the last time that Tyrod Taylor was a full-time starter in the NFL. What will he be in 2025? I don't know. We saw every opportunity he did. He seemed like he was moving the ball, whether it was San Francisco or Buffalo at the end of the season. It seemed like he was moving the ball. There is a world, and we have to be very open to it, that Tyrod Taylor's a starting quarterback for the New York Jets in 2025. That is very possible. We'll see if that's the truth. There's a lot that could happen between now and then, but it's possible. Let's wrap up the show with one more caller. That is Ricky New York, baby. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, what's up, Paul? I was just sitting here and I was actually doing a mock draft, and
nice.
I was not going to call in. I wasn't going to call in at all today. However, I listened to Philly Noodles call, and I just had to call in and push back a little bit and educate some of my fellow Jets fans who maybe don't know the way that I do.
All right.
We're all Jets fans, and we all love Garrett Wilson, right?
Yeah, of course.
Not only because of, obviously, physically, what he does on the field, but because of his character.
Yes.
Because of the kind of person he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Jordan Travis is that same kind of person. Absolutely. 100%. If these fans got to know him the way that I know him, there's just no way you can't root for the kid. It's like a Chad Pennington or a Curtis Martin. Good character guys like that, you just want to get behind. After he had that hideous injury, the first thing he did was tweet like, this must be part of God's plan. I'm just going to take it. And I saw Jermaine do the same thing after his injury. Where you think he learned it? He learned it from his quarterback. That being said, this notion that he's putting this out because he wants to get out of this, clown organization, he's trying to force his release, whatever. That's ridiculous. First of all, that kid ain't a quitter. He ain't like that. And why would he be disgruntled? His injury kept him from getting on the field, not the coaches.
Right.
And if he was unhappy with the way the last regime handled him, that was the last regime. Why would he want to quit when new people are coming in? The other thing is when people say, why on earth would we want to rush him back? That doesn't make any sense. Hold on a minute. What does every single Jets fan say when we talk about Tyrod Taylor being our quarterback? Oh, there's no way he'll last a whole year. So if our owner was putting pressure on the coaches to bench Aaron Rodgers starting around week 5 last year, that means that Tyrod, who can't make it through a full season, is going to be your quarterback. You need somebody behind him. So then it would kind of make sense to have Jordan Travis healthy. Yes, it does make sense why they would push him. It absolutely does. If you look at all the factors, if you're not just like looking at one thing, it actually does make sense. I'm sure that they were probably hoping that he would never have to see the field. Maybe Tyrod does make it through, say he started in week 6, week 7, that isn't a full season. Maybe they hoped he would make it. But listen, Jordan's not the type of person that would try to force his way out. He's not the person to start drama. That's just, that whole narrative just doesn't fit like at all. So I know we like to be negative as Jet fans, but quit trying to beat the square peg into the round hole because that ain't it. That being said, let's look forward to what's going on. Glenn gets the most out of his players. I absolutely believe they have a plan. The other day I was on a different show. I'm not going to mention the show because I don't want to badmouth anybody. I know how hard you guys work to do these shows.
Sure.
But they were saying, oh, he says, yeah, we're built for this shit. What are we built for? Losing on Sunday and feeling like crap on Monday, but and just the negativity. And I was like, listen, when he says we're the New York Jets and we're built for this shit, he isn't thinking about the Zach Wilson Jets, okay? He's thinking about the Vinny Testaverde, Curtis Martin, one game away from the Super Bowl Jets that were the Jets when he was here, okay? Let's rewind a little bit, a decade, 2 decades ago, when we thought New York Jets, what's the first image that comes to your mind? Joe Willie with his finger up running into that tunnel. When I first became a Jets fan, it was when Parcells first got here, and then he brought Curtis Martin here. And dude, I went into every Sunday convinced we were going to win, not thinking we might be able to, absolutely convinced. Okay. And that is Jets football. That is the Jets football that Aaron Glenn is talking about. Okay. And I know that, a lot of people, maybe you're stuck in a rut from all this losing for so long, but you need to change the way you're thinking. Okay. Because that is Jets football. Okay. The 98 Jets, the 2009, 2010 Jets, that is Jets football. This shit that we've had to put up with lately, that ain't it. That ain't it. But we're going back to Jets football, and the good old days are going to be back. So I'm all behind Coach Glenn, and let's do it, guys.
Love it, Ricky. Thanks for the call. And DNY for Life, jump in with a super chat, riffing off what you just said, Ricky.
Wow.
Facts, Ricky. And let's see what Jordan Travis has with a rookie, and we'll see. And also a shout out to June the GM. By the way, another raffle ticket for a boy DNY for Life for a contest coming up at the end of this month. So a lot of passion today. Passion loves passion, baby. I love this passionate fan base we have. So passionate that we're allowed to do or able to do a Jet show every bleeping day at 7:30 in the morning. Pretty gosh darn special. Shout out to DNY for Life. Thank you so much for the super chat and all the wonderful calls on the program today. I will be back on the show because it's Jake Asman, Boy Green, back together again, baby. I'll be coming up at 4 o'clock later today. Hopefully you guys can check us out then. Very much looking forward to it. Again, shout out to the 710 people that are watching live on the show right now. Like the video, hit subscribe on YouTube. That's youtube.com/BoyGreen25 for Jets content every bleeping day. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And like I said, we'll be back later today at 4 o'clock. And thank you to everyone that watches after the fact and the audio-only version of this show. All the support means a lot. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.